Hello lords and ladies, welcome back to Cartoon Hangout, your place for all things cartoon. Sorry if this review is a few days late, but it's been a tiring past couple of days. So last Sunday's episode, Dark Cupid, was probably an episode many of us were waiting for. With Valentine's Day fast approaching, love is in the air for our two star-crossed lovers. Obviously only 10 episodes in, things can't be that easy, so things don't go as planned for anyone this episode. This time around, it's poor Kim, who has been akumatized. A sentence I never thought I'd say, considering Kim's extremely rude, but this episode does show he has a sweet side, which is unfortunately wasted on his crush Chloe. I think it's amusing that despite being a jock, his supervillain identity is Dark Cupid. I do have to admit his costume isn't half bad. He looks like an evil angel from the X-Men comics. His powers aren't all that great, offensively speaking, but the concept of turning people's love into hate on Valentine's Day is an interesting one. The black lips thing was a bit over the top, though. It looked fine on the females, but horrible on the guys. As for Marinette and Adrian, both are preparing to confess their loves for one another. We spend a bit more time in Adrian's head this time around, as he's very down in the dumps for not being able to think of a poem for Ladybug.
Aw, that poor boy's frustrated because he can't finish the poem for his masked sweetheart.
I don't need a poem when I can tell her to her face. I love you.
It's a really cute moment, maybe a bit heartbreaking to see him pine for her so much. It's so ironic that Marinette wants nothing more than for Adrian to love her, but if he just stop and let Cat Noir say what he wants to say to her, she would get that. Luckily, the show hasn't pushed this so far it becomes annoying. I think we've all seen at least one show or read one book where you spend far too much time wondering, will they, won't they? In stories like this, there's always a stumbling block, whether it manifests as a romantic rival, or the characters themselves, or just downright poor writing. Twilight. As for the moment that Asterix teased would break the internet, well, that would be this lovely moment here. Yeah, my heart can't take the cuteness. You know what's even cuter? Ladybug, literally chasing after Cat Noir, trying to steal a kiss to break the spell, and him actually freaking out.
Get back, you savage!
Here, kitty, come here!
What a savage indeed. I'm sorry, I cracked up so badly when he said that. He spent so long chasing after her that to see the show flip that around on him is quite hilarious. It would have been interesting if we'd seen her at the end of the episode thinking about that kiss and being confused about her feelings for Adrian, but then adding growing ones for Cat Noir. Now, I did say interesting, but I don't necessarily want that to happen. I think it happens a bit too much in fiction. Something I do find interesting is that from the very beginning of the show, we are meant to ship these two. I mean, it is a significant part of the show after all. There's not even remotely another set of characters to establish another worthwhile ship. Now, that could be something they add in later episodes, or even a second season, but for now it's actually somewhat refreshing. I think maybe people are a bit tired of the love triangles, and the love rectangles, and whatever love shape you can think of. We're tired of lazy writers throwing in roadblocks when there's never really any fear of that main ship being sunk. This happens a lot in the anime Sword Art Online, one of my main complaints for that show. The writer threw tons of female at the main character, but not for 1 minute did you ever think that he was false for them. Personally, if I'm going to introduce a romantic rival, they're going to make the readers fear for the main ship. That was a bit off topic, so let's get back to the episode at hand. I happened to notice that certain action sequences were reused from previous episodes. I had noticed this before, but thought I was a bit confused or mistaken. But I am definitely right. It's slightly disappointing, but a CGI show can't be cheap, so it's something I'm willing to overlook. In conclusion, this was an excellent episode, despite some usual roadblocks placed in the way of Cat Noir and Ladybug expressing their love for each other. The villain was visually interesting with a decent set of powers, and actually was a bit more of a heartbreaking moment for the character Kim. I think from now on, I'll be much more sympathetic towards him after seeing him in such a vulnerable moment. How about you? Any thoughts about Dark Cupid? If so, let me know in the comments below. and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop it a like, and I'll see you next week for another Miraculous Ladybug review. Hopefully not late. Take care.